Hello and welcome back to Newfolle City Skylines modded build. My City Skylines modded build. And last episode we sorry, I'm moving around a lot. We put in a skyscraper from the new content creator pack, some trams from the free update, and we built a new suburb. Now, this suburb was initially just a standard vanilla residential housing suburb, but I realised it'd look a lot nicer. Sorry, excuse me moving my chair. These look a lot nicer as Hearts of Korea, so that's what we've gone for. So this is some deliberate asset placement, which I think looks fantastic. It's got some I forgot to detail that, but this is what it's going to look like. And plazas and stuff, and obviously this isn't grown in yet, so it's not properly yet, so it's not very ready. But so I've changed it off camera, and I've now got the pack, and it's looking pretty good, especially this bit that I hand placed. When this all upgrades, it will look better, which is why we need to build the park, which is what we're going to do first this episode. So let's get into it. Just as a side note, it's so I did place in some of my modern city centre stuff, but I don't know why it's gone and regrown as this, because they weren't historical. It's like they didn't load one save and then new stuff grew in. It's very annoying, but it is what it is. Right, and how we build a park here in this game is we build our park gate. Where are we going to build it? Let's build it here, and I'll work out something to do with these random park gates. Then we pause the simulation, and we grab this, take it. That's not what I wanted to do. Take it into this space. Right, and there we go. We've got our park area. And that's the only way we can really do it in this city, because it's fully pedestrian and park life doesn't work with this, which is very annoying, but it is what it is. Park life doesn't work with plazas and promenades, but hey ho. Right, so we're just going to do a standard city park. I haven't really built one properly in this city yet. The only other one I've built, I believe, is, well, this doesn't really count, this one, which is not amazing, but I'm not too bothered about this suburb at all. This one's going to be a bit nicer, I hope. So let's get into it. So landscaping, paths, and use the tree lined one, try and center it, and take it straight across. And we'll do the same across like this, to get some symmetrical vibes. Right, and this is where we turn off snapping. If I put collision off, run it straight across, use this, no, instead we can just do this. Union nodes, and put it there. Could be better. But there we go. That's quite nice. It's nicely centered, so we'll continue building, obviously. So parks. Just going to pause the recording. I know my computer's very loud. I'll just quickly try and sort that. Okay, I did my best to fix it, but it hasn't really done anything. It's not like there's anything really running in the background, so I don't really know what's going on, why it's making so much noise. This is also not like heavily modded. Well, it's, you know, It's fairly heavily modded, but it's not crazy. Are we still having that? Okay, rubbish issues are still a thing. Well, it is what it is. Just quickly get in, maybe. Sign. And another sign. And another sign. And another sign. And some benches. It's just kind of building your typical park. I could have time-lapsed this. If you don't want to watch it, just skip through it. I don't really care about my analytics. If it doesn't reach more people, yeah, whatever. So, placing down these. Very, very thrilling content, I am fully aware. I know everyone would love to watch this. That's why you're subscribed to this channel, totally. Okay, there we go. Get some lights in. I don't know if that light's going to be very useful. Alright, and some bins. Couple of tables, and that really makes it a lot nicer, apart from height. Holy moly. Control H. Control H again, let's do that properly. Much better. Okay, so what else are we going to get in? Well, we can get in some flower beds. Gosh, these red ones are nice, aren't they? Oh, what could we do with these? I don't know. Obviously we need to get in some fencing. I'll address that in a minute. And while the Plazas and Promenades DLC added some new food trucks, honestly I don't actually like them that much. I don't really think they pop. Whereas these ones are really, really nice. What else have we got to play with? Wow, I've really scrolled down quite far. Obviously we need a gazebo. This is a park after all. And don't really want to have trampolines. Don't really like the chessboard. The info booth is just a nice asset. So we'll take that. I'll connect that up with a path soon. Cafe, absolutely. Let's actually place it facing the road. No, why would you do that? Yeah, because it's pedestrian only. And toilets, of course. Looking quite good already. Just grab this and shove it into there. Give that its connection. Why are you not? Is that better? Yes. Alright. That's facing the wrong way, isn't it? Okay. So I'll just quickly do a bit of detailing and So I've come in with a fair bit of residential patterning off camera. I did the road network on camera, and this was off camera as well. I just did residential off camera because I thought it was just not that interesting. I just zoned this up, placed down some nice Art Deco. Things that are abandoning because of worker education. Why would you abandon? Too much rubbish. Probably because I accidentally left it out of the pedestrian area. Overall, this area is looking quite nice. I've come in with a bit of vanilla stuff over here, quite pastely colours, and I do like that. A bit of detailing, it will look quite nice. Just fly over a bit slower and see what I've built. Slower, not faster. To come in with a bit of a services area. I didn't think we needed fire because we've got a fire station over here and a fire station over here. We've got schools and medical. I have also made a trip to the workshop. So if we zoom along here, we're gonna, for this section at least, we're gonna be using this tram stop, this tram stop, which I really like. Just it's simple. I'm sure that you could add more decoration, but I like the colours. And it's the same over here. So, what next? Well, I'm going to talk. That's a good point. What next? So, next we are going to be doing some commercial over here, and I just want to zone in some commercial quite nicely. Nice. Selective zoning is our good friend. I say friend. I don't know him personally. As our idle overcharged idle. That's a bit of an odd way of putting it. As someone who is very good at building cities in city skylines puts it, like, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Thank you, Alex, for that wonderful just bit of dialogue. That was simply incredible. And I have really noticed recently there's not that many different, will take you, not that many different vanilla assets for residential while I was building this, which is a bit annoying. We'll take an ice cream parlour. Oh, that sits there nicely. I don't like the car parking spaces. And I'm not going to bob it off because this isn't all going to be, this city isn't just going to be pedestrian only. Other parts of it aren't. Do I mind you here? You're a bit garish, but I don't mind. It's alright. A bit of surface painter in here. I do all of this up. I think just a load of surface painter will do the trick nicely, and then obviously remove those trees. Fine. Surface painter in here as well. I actually don't mind that repeated asset. I quite like this asset repeated. Maybe not across the road though. But it just looks so much nicer if you pick your commercial instead of leaving it to grow. I do agree with overcharged egg there. Yakisoba and Sally's, interesting combination. And we're going to put in some hand-picked residential villas. Normally I don't go for villas, but it's just a really good spot for them here. Let's remove that search term from decorating this basketball. But villas, so we have to scroll quite far. Oh, I think we could get away with like one of these here. Actually, that could be quite nice. Maybe change the plan. That might be instead of the villas. I don't know. Should we put in the villas? See how they see. Right, we've got 1, 2, 3, we'll take all of this land up. And then we'll smoothie. That'll be alright, I think. I don't know, I quite like that. Detailing will make it look sitting a lot better, obviously. And it's just about filling up all those spots, and we've made quite a substantial amount with that commercial. And I am looking forward to building this farm. I think it's a cool idea to have the farm cutting into the city over here. It'd be nice to get rid of the vanilla industrial, but not that bothered about it. I'm quite bothered about it, but yeah. Just don't look over there, it's fine. These bypass stations are great, because I always hate it when people put a 2-track station. Next, like coming off and you've got this 2-track station and it joins again, it's just weird. It never happened in real life, so these bypass stations are so useful. What we're going to do is fill up some more residential here. But this section is going to be like some nice central parks, which is why I've lined it with some quite cute row houses. I think they look grand just there. Maybe we could extend it to over here. Maybe we could. Maybe. Stupid zoning doesn't line up how I want it to. Always the way. But yeah, that's really what we're going to finish off by doing. Maybe shoving. Oh, that could work. If you just... I was going to say you could merge them all, but it's not letting me, and I'm not bothered to go through and do all that. But we can just... I know you can't hear me because of all the banging, but some patterns, maybe we can get a path through there. That'll be nice, and that's largely what I've been doing, and I think it has got a good result. And in these back areas, we can come through with a bit of detailing, not dissimilar to that, and all of it just works. I just love building nice little residential patterns that just sit there. Ignore this. I've been working on work at education. I've been building quite a few elementary schools. I'm here. All right. How many we've got? 121, 115. So it's not like I'm not providing the education. People are just not using it, and it's really annoying because if we look at our education over here, any top tips would be very much welcome. How many have you got in? 209, you've got 684. And I'm like half convinced that I should just like leave this as just an open field with a couple of paths running through. Very heavily just gridded in a way for a park, but I think it works. I do like doing this kind of thing where you just leave it as an open field. Maybe we can get some of this kind of tree path action here, and then shove some long young lindens on there. Silly Alex, say it properly. Oh, for goodness sake, single there. we go. Medium tree, actually. Feels like it should be a small tree. There we go. In fact, that kind of thing just makes your city look so much better. And, you know, this is going to be more like wavy paths. But maybe I should. And we'll probably head into a detailing time-lapse. I know this episode's been so heavily time-lapsed, but it is just how it is for this episode. It'll be better next episode when we're building the farm. We'll go through how I want to build my farm, which is, I mean, my building style, I think, is quite different from a lot of other people's in the way that I dislike grids and just do like to change it up a bit and make houses, I don't know, go on jaunty angles and stuff. Just add shape. Great example is over here, where it just looks nice when you have them all at different angles. So we'll head into a detailing time-lapse, and then we'll probably do the cinematics without maybe a bit of an outro. But if that is the case, I'm actually happy to have that asset here. Sometimes I do like that asset. I know that's a controversial opinion. But yeah, detailing time-lapse time. Alright, let's have a detailing review. So, this detailing session has probably been one of the best I have ever done in terms of the effort I put into detailing. I don't put crazy effort into detailing, and I didn't this episode, but I put in more than I would usually do, and I think the result does show through. So I'm not overcharged deck, I'm not Few Candy, I don't do crazy detailing, but what I do is a bit of a balance, I would say, between having the fun of building it and having fun of detailing it, but not spending all your time doing one or the other. So, what have we done? Well, we've done these two parks, and we have done some garden work, and we've zoned in some more high density. You wouldn't have seen all of it, because for some reason the editor decided to only do half an hour of recording per thingy for some reason. I don't know why. And we have also put in two bus lines. The endings are temporary, but they work. I did actually record the bus lines being built, but that was a live thing. But for some reason, ClickChamp, Microsoft's editor, records at a really low quality. So I have switched back to my other one. I was not aware it did this, and I just assumed it'd be easier to record with ClickChamp, but I'll be using Xbox Game Bar still, so the quality of the video will be higher. But the bus lines are in. I mean, you can see where they go. It's quite obvious. Transport. One goes down here, the other goes down here, and I think the whole area is looking all right in my opinion. Got to 30,000 people. That's quite a big milestone. And well, I'll go over what I've done. So, I've done a bit of garden fence detailing. Not for all of the areas, that'd be too much for me to be honest, but for some of them, where I felt they needed it most. We've come and built this park, it's kind of formal park. Got a bit of picnic area, but over here it's really pleasant. Be a lovely place to come and spend your afternoon with friends, maybe. We've got bandstand, and I think, considering it's on a hill, it actually looks quite nice. I know some things are kind of floating, but I did my best to resolve that, using a lot of the smaller props, and I think it does look very nice, especially with this bit in the middle. I just love pedestrian areas, so people walking everywhere. I'm aware it uses up my paths count, but whatever. Come through with the city park, very subtle, just put in some trees, some paths, some gazebos, lit it up. Really loving how these temple lanterns from the Hearts of Korea pack look in front of the gazebo, and there are some spotlights along here which look great at night. I'll show you the nighttime in the cinematics at the end. Come in with a bit of like a utility area, because this is like the main park in Hube. You've got this one as well, but oh, actually you've got the nature reserve. This is like the main city park in Hube and the biggest one in the area. And I've had some issues, and you would have seen this in the timelapse with Surface Painter. There is currently someone asking in the comments about this, so of the Steam page, so hopefully that will be resolved and I'll see what the issue is. Come in with a bit more commercial, because that's what the demand wanted. A bit more residential. Doesn't look that great, but I didn't really know what to put in, so just generic vanilla residential was what went in. Coming with some offices to add a bit of a pop of height, and I think it does fit in really quite nicely. Especially with this one being sat further back, did that with Move It. They're not they're not detailed, but I think they just sit there well. And I do think that this side of the city is just looking so nice and uniform. Not uniform, but like laid out sensibly. Unlike this side of the city, which is a bit bonkers. And other than that, that's kind of it. But it was a lot of the time was just used up placing in these garden fences, and I think it did pay off. So I would like to thank you all very much for watching. Next episode we'll be building a farm, and if you would like to watch that, please do subscribe. The farm is going to be very interesting because it's kind of cut into the city, and we're going to be taking a bit of inspiration from Newcastle upon Tyne, where farm owners have sold fields at good prices to developers, and they're occasionally selling them off if the developer gives them a good price. So we're going to have like some single family home areas in the middle of the farm. Some nice modern ones. I don't know what assets we're going to use. We'll see. We will also just fill in this whole area with a nice big farm. Then maybe we'll probably move on to this area of suburbs and connecting up here. I don't know if that'll be 2 or 1 episodes. And then we'll get on to Botanical Gardens Hube, and I still don't really know how I'm doing it. I just know that I'm going to do it, and it's going to be cool, because I really like the idea of a botanical garden in City Skylines. Haven't actually gotten to do one yet. I know Imperator did one on his channel recently, fairly recently, but I have had the idea for ages, and I just haven't actually put it into action. So probably take some inspiration from him. Other than that, again, thank you very much for watching. Please do like if you wish to, comment if you wish to. Any feedback on this video and how it could be improved would be warmly welcome, but hopefully we'll be back into kind of more sensible content. I say back, we never really were. We'll get into more sensible content. It's just been, I've had a bit of break, my editor stopped working for a while, for some reason, so I had to change, and I just hadn't got round to it because I'm a bit disorganised and lazy, to be quite frank. But thank you, stop saying thank you for watching and rambling on. But just cut to the cinematics.